Good afternoon. This is Mrs. Capizzi with the Calculating Cats, and I'm here with a help video for the homework that was assigned for 6-4, and we are continuing with solving multi-step problems. So let's take a look at number 1. Friday night, a pizza parlor sold 5 large pizzas and some medium pizzas. The pizza parlor made a total of $291. How many medium pizzas were sold? So this is a multi-step problem. So first we need to figure out what our hidden questions are. So the first step would be, I'm looking at the picture and I see that a medium pizza costs $9 and a large pizza costs $15. So the first step that I can do is I can figure out how much was spent on large pizzas. So a large pizza costs $15 and they sold 5 of them. So 15 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25, so I drop the 5 and regroup the 2. And 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 is 7. So I know that they sold $75, and that was for the large pizzas. And then here they say some medium pizzas. So I can't do the same thing as I did for the large because I don't know how many they sold. But I do know that they made a total of $291. So I can figure out the difference between the total that they made and how much they made for the large pizzas. So I'm going to take the total and I'm going to subtract out the large pizzas. So here I can't take 5 from 1, so I'll go next door and I regroup. The 9 becomes an 8 and this 1 becomes an 11. 11 minus 5 is 6. 8 minus 7 is 1 and 2. So I know that $216 was spent on medium pizzas. So if I take the total and I subtract out the large, that will tell me how much was spent for the medium. And then the third step here is I know that $216 was spent on the medium. So that's going to be up here, and I know a medium pizza costs $9, but we don't know how many medium pizzas, so I'm going to make my variable M for medium. So remember, you take, when you're doing your fact family triangle, you take the two numbers that you know to find the number that you don't know. So here I need to slide and divide. So I have 216 divided by 9. I can't do 2 divided by 9, so I'll put an X there. And now I've got 21 divided by 9 is 2. 2 times 9 is 18. 21 minus 18 is 3. 3 is less than 9, so I'll bring down my 6. And 36 divided by 6, that goes in 4 times, because 4 times 9 is 36. So 36 minus 36 is 0. So to answer how many medium pizzas were sold, we would say that 24 medium pizzas were sold. So that's number 1, and now I'm going to skip to number 3. So we'll turn the page. And here's number 3. Emma has $100 to spend at the pet store. She needs to buy 1 bag of dog food and 2 chew toys. Will Emma have enough money left over to buy 3 times as many catnip toys as chew toys. So first I need to figure out how much she spent. So Emma has $100. She needs to buy 1 bag of dog food. So the dog food for 1 bag it's $35, and she's only buying 1 bag. So I'm just going to multiply that by 1. So 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 3 is 3. So she spent $35 on dog food, and she needs to buy 2 chew toys. So 2 chew toys they're $12 a piece. So here, my chew toys, they're $12, and she bought 2 of them. So 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 1 is 2. So she needs to spend $35 on dog food and $2 on chew toys. And they want to know if she'll have money left over to buy 3 times as many catnip toys as chew toys. So here, if she's buying catnip toys, she bought 2 chew toys, and catnip toys is going to be 3 times as many as that. So we want to find out if she has enough to spend. So 3 times 2, does she have enough to buy 6 catnip toys? Does she have enough? So let's figure out how much that would cost. So catnip toys, if she's going to buy 6 of them, and they're $9 a piece, 6 times 9 would be $54. So we need to figure out if she has $54 left over. So up top, she spent 35 and 24. So I'm going to add those together. 5 plus 4 is 9, and 3 plus 2 is 5. So this is what she spent. So I need to figure out how much does she have left. So she started with $100. She spent $59. So we're trying to figure out if she has enough to spend $54 on catnip toys. So I need to regroup this 1, so that becomes a 0. This 0 becomes a 10, and the 10 becomes a 9, so that I can make this a 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. 9 minus 5 is 4. So she only has $41 left, and she wants to buy 6 catnip toys, so that would cost $54. So if I compare what she has left to the $54, I see that no, she does not have enough. So no, she does not have enough. So I can see from here, if you wanted to figure out how much more she needs, 54 minus 41 would be $13 more. So that's number 3. And the last one that we wanted you to try was number 6. So let's go down to number 6. It says the gym teacher has $250 to spend on volleyball equipment. She buys 4 volleyball nets for $28 each. Volleyballs cost $7 each. How many volleyballs can she buy? Write and solve an equation for part A that can be used to answer each hidden question. So here we need to figure out our first hidden question is I need to figure out how much she spent on volleyball nets. So how much was spent on volleyball nets? So she bought 4 of them for $28 each. So I can do 28 times 4. 4 times 8 is 32, so I drop my 2 and regroup my 3. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11. So $112 was spent on volleyball nets. And she has $250 total. So the second one, the question we need to figure out is how much money does she have left? Okay, so how much money does she have left? So here I see she started with 250 and she already spent 112. So I need to find the difference or subtract. I can't take 2 from 0, so I'll regroup. The 5 becomes a 4, the 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 2 is 8, 4 minus 1 is 3, and 2 minus 1 is 1. So she has $138 left over. And now we want to figure out the third step. Let's talk about, is it a hidden question or not? So here, they want to know how many volleyballs she can buy. So that's not my hidden question. That is my final question. So I know she has, let me put this up here. I know that she has $138 left over, and I know that the volleyballs cost $7 each. So I think the best way to do this is to draw your fact family triangle. So I know that they cost $7, and I want to know how many. I'll make my variable V for volleyballs. And remember, you use the 2 numbers that you know to figure out the number that you don't know. So I know the 138 and the 7, so I'm going to slide and divide. So I've got 138 divided by 7. You can't divide 1 by 7. And then I'm going to go to the first 2 digits. 13 divided by 7 goes in 1 time. 1 times 7 is 7. 13 minus 7 is 6. And then I bring down my 8. And then the closest I can get would be 9. And 9 times 7 is 63. And 8 minus 3 is 5. So I'm actually left with a remainder of 5. So we have to interpret this remainder, meaning I won't have enough for 20 volleyballs, so I'll only be able to buy 19 because you have $5 left, and that's not enough for 1 more volleyball. So she can buy 19 volleyballs. So with these problems, you just have to keep persevering and follow the steps that you have to do to come to your final solution. So it does take perseverance, but just keep trying your best and keep practicing, and you will get better at multi-step problem solving. Have a great afternoon.